The fans didn't like the fact that I'd married Linda,
Right.
because there was just kind of a jealousy thing there. So we used to get a lot of people kind of writing things up on walls and stuff. So personally, that was a drag to go through. And then if we'd have just been any old group, Linda could have joined, and people would have said, well, it's just a chick keyboard player, whatever, you know. But because it was my wife and because it was our group, people kind of said, well, you know, what's she doing there? You know, why should she be in it? Why not so-and-so, you know? So we had to put up with a lot of that. But we kind of just said, well, why not? You know, I mean,
Right.
if we want to do a group this way, it's either going to work or it isn't. It's up to us, really. And if it doesn't work, it's our problem, not yours.
Does it amuse you to see female singers taking the floor now?
It had to happen, you know. It's when we first started out, there was always just solo people like Sandy Shaw and Scylla.
Right.
And they always did have a sort of outside role in a way. Even though they were stars, they were always sort of on the edge of it. And it's good to see them kind of coming up. But I'm thinking of starting a male liberation front anyway. So we'll soon get rid of them all.
Now, the other thing is, John Lennon, do you think that he's been sorely missed perhaps in the latter part of the 70s as a songwriter?
I don't know. Depends, again, who you're asking.
Right.
I think a lot of people would say, no, not particularly. I'd like to hear him do some stuff, but the point about it is, it's up to him.
Right.
And it always was.
Right.
And if he wants to bring out some stuff, he'll bring it out. And if he doesn't, he must have a perfectly good reason.
Now, if I may ask you, in 1970, when you finally had all split, what were your thoughts back in 1970 about putting a new group together at that stage?
Panic.
Yeah?
Blind panic, yeah. Well, because, you know, it's not an easy act to follow, the Beatles. But the choice was there for me to either not try and follow it, which would have meant pretty much giving up and just not doing any more songs and stuff, or to just keep going, in which case probably people were going to compare it and say, well, it's not as good or whatever. But we just did keep going, and I think, you know, since then I think I've done some good music, some not so good. But as far as I'm concerned, I think I've hung in there great, really, compared with like the task that I set myself.